Hey guys, this is Ellis with Austin Stone Worship, and I'm going to show you a behind the scenes look at my Ableton Live session that I use as a master set list for when we lead worship on Sundays and at any other events that we do. Starting from left to right, over here we have the reference column. Let's say we just learned a song, so it's really nice to have a quick reference of, I wonder, what it's doing on the chorus. So I normally keep this track deactivated. You can see now it's deactivated. But if we want to listen to, a specific part of the song, we'll just cue that thing up. A lot of the times we'll record a demo of a song. Once we learn the song, we'll record a demo, and then I'll use that as our reference to see like what we did as a band on this song. So that's the reference track, and that just goes to our ears. Nobody hears that, and it's pretty much all the time deactivated. And then this next column is the guide track, and we don't use a lot of guides. We normally have plenty of time to rehearse songs and memorize the forms of songs, and so we don't usually try to use guide tracks, but every now and then, for instance, we had to learn this song over the weekend really quickly, and a guide track came in very handy. A guide track is simply someone in our in-ear monitors that tells us chorus 2, 3, 4. They basically give cues to what's coming up next in the song. And here is just a little sample of this one that we have. Song starts,
verse,
and it just tells us what's coming up next. This next group is the click group, and one thing you'll notice that these are both the same color. That just means that these need to be turned off primarily. Primarily these will stay deactivated, and you'll notice over here I have another column that's the same color. I just use a send to send everything to this headphone column, because a lot of my other tracks are routed to different outputs, for instance 9 and 10, which I don't have my Focusrite plugged in right now. So if I wanted to listen to this without my Scarlett, the easiest way is for me to just send this to a send A, and then turn on send A over here, so that I can hear all of the tracks that are going to different outputs. The next group is the click track group, and this all of these are color-coded white, so I color-code stuff based on output. The white ones just go to our in-ear monitors. So this is the click track that you never hear in the house. This is the count-in, and then every now and then we'll need an audio click. Actually, we've only needed this one time, but there was one song that the tempo changed throughout the song, so we just recorded our own click track that changes at the right spot. So that's if you have any songs with an audio click that you want to drag in there. Maybe you buy the song, the multi-tracks from multitracks.com, and sometimes they provide you with an audio click track. For a lot of our songs, we use a MIDI click track, and I love this because I used to use the actual Ableton metronome, but I've started using a MIDI click track that I create. So this is just a MIDI track, and you drag the drum rack in here, and you can put whatever sound you want to use for your click track, and then you simply double click, put a MIDI slot, MIDI clip in there, and then you can change up the click track to be whatever you want. Let's say you don't want a downbeat, so you simply just move that down. Let's say you want subdivided in eighth notes or 16th notes in this case, then you would do that. There's a lot of incredible things about actually creating your own MIDI click track that the Ableton Live metronome just can't do. Some drummers like to use a loop as their click track just because it helps them feel the song better. Click tracks can, be sterile. So that's the MIDI click. Count in That's just literally, that's just someone counting us in.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's click. And now we're going to open up auxiliary. And I have this labeled auxiliary 2 because that is where it is going. I try to label to what output they're going to. So click goes to output 1, auxiliary goes to output 2. So this is mono as well. Auxiliary is just that. It's just, you know, some songs we have some percussion, some songs we have bass synth. Actually, it looks like we don't have any bass synth, so I don't know why I have that. Percussion, this is really cool. I could probably go into more detail about this later, but for whatever song we play that I have an external triggered drum sound for, so whenever I launch any song that has an external drum trigger on my pad over here, it pulls up the specific sound that I want for that song and puts it on my pad. And then when I go to the next one, it'll take it away if it doesn't require an external sound. So it's really cool for every single song without having to do anything except launch your new scene. You can have new sounds for every song that you play. And that's more in depth. Right now I only have You Never Change, Only Jesus, Jesus Forever, and then Jesus Is Better. So I have a tambourine for Jesus Is Better, Jesus Forever I have a clap, Only Jesus I have a kick drum and a snare, electronic sounding kick drum and snare, and You Never Change I have a verbed out clap that I use. If you want me to go more in depth and into any of these details, then you can leave a comment and we'll try to make a video going in depth. And then gang vocals, this is where we put gang vocals, and these are just to kind of reinforce what we're already singing. So the gang vocals are just us recorded in the studio singing along to whatever parts of the song we want to just have that this audible reinforcement of what we're singing on stage. A lot of the times vocal mics on stage are difficult to get up in the mix because they catch a lot of drums, they catch some cymbals, they catch a lot of stage sound, a lot of stage noise. And so having an isolated gang vocal track helps a lot. Same thing with choir. If you have a choir, to just have an isolated choir recording instead of trying to mic a choir on the stage, that can be very hectic. So yeah, gang vocals, and those are stereo. They go to outputs 3 and 4. And then our pads, that could be kind of a droning pad in the background in the same key of the song. A lot of the times for us, like this Center My Life has a ton of extra stuff.
1, 2, 1,
we're about to hear
3,
it.
4.
So in the pads section, it's literally just kind of anything to just make it bigger, a more full sound we put right here, and then we play all the main parts live. Yeah, so that's a basic overview of what I have going on in Ableton Live. If you have a question, let me know. Thanks for watching, guys.